Okay, Kimi Raikkonen has signed with Sauber for next year for a 2-year deal. He'll be 40 when the deal expires, so I think this is his last job in F1. He's going back to the team that gave him his start out in the sport, and it's a fitting way to end, I think. Ferrari has a stake in Sauber, hence why Charles Leclerc has gone the other way, and it's basically a straight swap between drivers, really. And Kimi will do well at Sauber. He'll help develop that car. He's got a lot of Ferrari knowledge with the engine. Of course, the chassis is different and some of the bodywork is different. The aero package is different, but the engine is pretty much the same. And he will also bring a lot of much needed sponsorship into the Sauber team because Sauber have been struggling over the last few years for both money and performance. They've been struggling at the back of the grid for quite some time. So getting Kimi Raikkonen on board, that will help with the investment, get sponsors on board because it is a star name in Kimi Raikkonen. And we'll see how he does. If he can, he might surprise us. Yes, he's 38, and yes, he has taken a spell out of the sport and come back. So that says how good a driver he actually is. But you can tell he wasn't happy playing second fiddle to Vettel. You can tell that, he still wants to race and race hard. He's had some spectacular crashes in his career, and also he's very well famous for his attitude down the radio towards his race engineers. And when he's complaining about other drivers, he's a very quick-witted, but also quick-tempered individual. He's known as as the modern-day James Hunt as well. He does have a bit of a wild side away from the racetrack. He's known as a bit of a hard partier, hard drinker, but he's also well respected within the sport. Fans seem to love him. The press seem to love him. And he did also do his hand at World Rally Championship, and he did have I remember when he was rallying in the WRC, he had a big accident. And bear in mind, he funded his own team, the car, everything, with obviously Fiat being the car supplier, which owns Ferrari, so there was a link there with his contract with Ferrari and F1. But he rolled the car quite seriously and was very, very lucky not to be seriously injured. He gets out of the car, and the reporter interviews him, and he goes, "Kimi, how about the accident?" I goes, "It's nothing. But how do you feel?" I was having a great rally. I was really enjoying myself, and he's so calm, and he actually laughs off the fact he's just written off a really expensive rally car and wrapped it around a tree, and he's just hence why he's called the Iceman. He didn't allow such a severe accident to ruffle his feathers. He was still affable with the reporter. He was very calm with the reporter. And then the next week, back on the rally circuit, back in rebuilt car, does it all again. That's the attitude that he has had to the sport. You find with Kimi Raikkonen, yes, because English is not his first language, Finnish is his first language, that yes, his accent he comes across as a little bit robotic with his accent, but that's because he's speaking a second language. But actually, if you listen to what he's saying, he's got a sense of humour. He's got a personality. He's not one of those corporate stooges that a lot of sportsmen are these days, where they just speak the corporate line. He will speak his mind. And when he does retire from F1 in a couple of years, he is going to be missed from the sport. But I can see him carrying on in some kind of motorsport, be it IndyCar, touring cars, rallying. He will get behind the wheel of a car and he will just drive the wheels off it. But there we go. He's joining Sauber for 2 years, and it's a fitting way for him to end, going back to the team that gave him the entrance into F1 nearly 2 decades ago. He has been around the sport for that long, and he'll be 40 when the deal expires. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. If you are a Kimi fan, hey, you've got 2 more years of Kimi on the grid. And if you're an F1 fan, yeah, he's a character. You don't get many like Kimi Raikkonen. He should have possibly won more championships, or he should have, or could have. And we can debate that. If he hadn't taken that break from the sport, we may never know. But at the same time, it was interesting to see him come back to the sport after taking that break. No one was sure if he would come back. So he's proven that he even won a few races after he's come back. Hey, it's the Iceman. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you tomorrow.